before. So just as devotees are coming together, does anybody have like anything particular they want to say? Okay, let me take this opportunity just before we start. Anybody's got something burning on their mind?
Well, Maharaj, from a continuation of last week about prasadam, you know, I know some people who sometimes do buy those bags of mostly air with potato chips inside.
Yeah.
So
expensive air.
The expensive air. So could we even offer that to the Lord? I mean, sometimes we like to snack, and so chocolate bar or something like that.
You like to snack.
I know people like that.
You know,
can hire gulab jamun.
You're asking on their behalf. Okay, yes, I got exactly. It. Well, first of all, we need to try to kind of think, okay, prasadam is what's coming from the Lord rather than from what we select. So, I mean, okay, everyone likes to snack. I suppose they do. But if we have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, then in between we can think, okay, now is not so much the time for us trying to enjoy our tongue, which those bags of air with a few potato chips inside are. So, you know, we have to think about it. Another thing is, if we're in association and, you know, sharing things, that's another matter, but that's coming from the Vaishnavas. So we can say the best thing is, you know, if we're going to snack on some prasadam rather than choosing for ourselves something very expensive from the shop and thinking, oh, because I've seen the adverts, I'm going to think this is enjoyable and I'm going to be happy. So if you want to snack, find some devotees to offer your snack to, and then in their association, take their remnants. This is like Gurudev. Sometimes we know Gurudev is asking to somebody who's there with him. For instance, well, who would be there with him? Goswami Maharaj or somebody who's taking prasadam with him and saying, Maharaj, would you like some more shukta? You know, and then, you know, then the guests need to learn quite soon that we should say, oh yes, Gurudev, that's a good idea. Then the devotee will come with the shukta, and then they'll also, the Gurudev say, oh, such and such wants more shukta. Then they come, and then naturally they're going to offer to Gurudev. And then Gurudev saying, oh, thank you, yes, I can accept. So, you know, Gurudev is Gurudev, he does everything with humor, but it is actually a principle that if we are offered or we're with the Vaishnavas, then everything is good. But generally, try to differentiate, you know, prasadam food from things which are sense enjoyment. What can I say? Everything's not too strict. We're not trying to be boring people. But I have to say, when I see how much money is wasted on snacks, which are actually not food at all, literally just for the tongue, then we can think of something better to do. In fact, we have a devotee, Vrindavan Chandra Prabhu, some of you know him. And the first time that he came to Italy, to the Vila Govinda program, he came and it didn't cost him anything because he'd been saving up coins that he would have spent on things like, you know, useless things like potato chips, etc. And he just would put those coins into a jar. And when he came to Italy, he had all these euros. He had a bag of euros, which he didn't have any notes. He's only got the coins. So you can think how much savor we can do also with this money we're basically throwing away. But America's a rich country. We've seen this. There's plenty of money. At the moment, don't think it'll always be. As Guru Maharaj says, America will return to jungle and other places will become prominent. But whether you see in your lifetime or not, I do not know. Hare Krishna. Okay, so it's already 7 minutes past the hour. Okay, so we've probably got our group that we're going to be with. So let us begin first with Jai Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Rock Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Jai. And our Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Bhaga ki Jai. All the assembled devotees ki Jai, and our obeisances to each other, my obeisances to you. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. And as Chinmoy Dev was mentioning about prasadam, it did come in my mind as a little addition to our prasadam talk, Jogi Jogi. In Dhām Park, on the wall in the prasadam room was painted in large letters this verse. Anyway, I'll read it to you. It is a verse which is saying, the translation is, what the yogis obtain by practicing yoga will today be obtained by eating. Ah, sorry, I'm being covered in insects. Oh, my brothers, please chant Hari and eat Krishna Prasadam. The three worlds glorify Krishna Prasadam. Then I don't have the rest of the translation here. Oh, I'm being tested for tolerance with these insects coming to the light. The verse is, Joge Jogi Paya Jaha Bhoge Aja Hobe Taha Hari Boli Khao Sobe Bhai Krishnera Prasad Anna Tri Jagata Kore Dhanya Tripurari Nache Jaha Pai. Okay, so the missing part was Tripurari Nache Jaha Pai. The Tripurari, Lord Shiva, he's Nache, dancing Jaha Pai, by achieving this, by getting the Krishna Prasadam. So Joge Jogi, Paya Jaha, Bhoge Aja Hobe Taha, Hari Boli Khao Sobe Bhai, Krishnera Prasad Anna Tri Jagata Kore Dhanya, Tripurari Nache Jahe Pai. All right, so this was just a little afterthought after we were talking about prasadam last week, because this is also a verse which we used to regularly sing, and I used to know it, but I really do need to read it at the moment to capture it. And maybe while we're doing other things, I'll prepare it. We can add it to our little, we don't necessarily, well, whether you want to learn it or not is up to you. But it is one of the, like you can say, authorized or the standard verses in glorification of prasadam, reminding us that the three worlds, Jagata Kore Dhanya, the three worlds Kore Dhanya, doing glorification of Krishna Prasad. Krishnera Prasada Anna, Tri Jagata Kore Dhanya, Tripurari Nache Payajaya. Let me see if I can arrange that while we are talking. It may be possible. Jogi Jogi. Okay, I'll see what we can do. So, week by week or twice a week, we do cover various topics, and happily. And today, there is another topic, which is a very basic, especially, I mean, for everybody, but for when we are in the temples, wherever we are in the world. It doesn't mean only when we are in Navadip or Vrindavan or Puri or some special holy place in India. As we always repeatedly are reading, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, Srila Guru Maharaj telling us that the temple is the Dhām, where there is the worship, the seva, the devotees, where this is taking place. This is the Holy Dham. So, in the mood of wanting to do the positive and not being fearful of the negative, then we will just run through today the 10 offenses to the Holy Dham, because this applies everywhere in the world, the temples, the ashrams, and really our home should be a Holy Dham, as Bhaktivinoda Thakur has given in various places, especially in the Sharanagati prayers. You'll find so much reference that when I see the worship of the Lord going on there, then Goloka Vrindavan appears in my home. You know, many things like this. That's in Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu. Correct? Yes. Which is also a song, one of Gurudev's favorite songs. If you want to remember Gurudev and you feel like singing, Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu, one of those special songs. So, the 10 offenses to the Holy Dham. And we have here arranged with key words. So I'm going to send it into the chat box for everybody. Click on file, click my computer, and now my mouse has disappeared. The cat must be around, right? 10 offenses to the Holy Dham. Now I can't find the 10 offenses to the Holy Dham. Oh, there we are. Okay. So it's 21K. It's a very small file. 10 offenses with keywords. So we can go through these offenses together and remember, it's good to know what not to do, so we do what we should do as an impetus. And these are pointed out to us, and these are pointed out to us for our benefit. So the 10 offenses to the Holy Dham, and these were posted up on our notice board in Navadip, and sometimes by the door of the book room, so that devotees immediately, they come to the Dham and they see, oh yes, I have to put my mind in the right place when we are in the Holy Dham. So, 10 offenses. We've got 10 words, almost. And let's see whether we can remember them. I know we're still trying to remember the 10 offenses to the holy name. But don't worry. Again, we'll go through them, and it's important at least to be aware of these. The first one, you can see, everyone can see. Guru, to have contempt or disrespect towards the Guru, who is the revealer of the Holy Dham. So starting with Guru, temporary, to think that the Holy Dham is temporary. The Lord's pastimes are eternal, so we mustn't think that his paraphernalia, his Dham, etc. are temporary. So, I mean, a lot of these, they're meditation as well. We have to, oh, what's behind this guidance which is being given? So Guru, temporary. Then 3 is 3A and 3B. Aggression and ordinary. 3A, aggression. To commit violence towards any of the residents of the Holy Dham. Or ordinary, B. Or to any of the pilgrims who come to the Holy Dham. So to commit violence towards any of the residents of the Dham, or to any of the pilgrims who come to the Holy Dham. That's 3A. 3B, ordinary. Or to think that they are ordinary or mundane. So violence also, again, we see Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's descriptions about the offenses. In the mind also, not to think these things. It's not just not to punch somebody, but not even think to punch somebody. But of course, step by step. First of all, it's a good idea not to punch somebody. But second of all, we need to try to bring ourselves from thinking these things. And we do have some very good clues from Mahaprabhu and Gurudev. For instance, humility, honor, tolerance, and not wanting honor for ourselves. Hot, don't forget hot. Humility, honor, tolerance. You can spell the word honor however you like. But if you really want to be strict with the O, you can say humility, offering honor, tolerance, hot. Okay, so 3A, 3B. Aggression, ordinary. To show aggression, to be violent towards any of the residents of the Dham or the pilgrims who come, or to think that they are ordinary or mundane. Okay, 1, 2, 3A, 3B. Now, 4, 5. Then 6 is going to be ABC. So 4, mundane, to perform mundane activities while living in the Holy Dham, or by being in the Holy Dham. The Holy Dham is Krishna's land. There is no mundane activity taking place in Goloka Vrindavan, in actual Goloka Vrindavan, in Navadip of Mahaprabhu's eternal Leela. There's no mundane activity. So we must make our consciousness, everything is actually about consciousness at the end of the day. As we read in Srila Prabhupada's books, he says, you cannot buy a ticket, you cannot buy a train ticket to Vrindavan, you cannot buy a train ticket to Navadip. It is our consciousness change which is going to give us access. The reality is in the life, the mundane plane, it's our, you could say, misinterpretation of what is reality. So anyway, mundane. We are not to do mundane activities in the Dham. Number 5, so 4 is mundane, 5 is business. Not to earn money or make a business of the deity worship, chanting the holy name of Krishna, etc. And Gurudev famously, repeatedly has told about Vrindavan, which happens to have, a marketplace called Loi Bazaar, which actually is only recently called Loi Bazaar. It was previously called Govinda Bazaar. I think I'm right in saying it was Govinda Bazaar. It was the name of Krishna. And I believe it was Govinda Bazaar. I'm going to make a note here for myself to ask, just to check on that. I know who knows. It's Keshavananda Prabhu. Govinda Bazaar. Okay, I'll check on that and I'll give you confirmation next time we meet. But that Loi Bazaar, it is now packed full. Every corner is packed full of shops selling kind of deity paraphernalia, this, that, and the other. And Gurudev and, goodies like the Westerner shop where you can buy things made in the West, etc. Oh dear. And so Gurudev was very unhappy when he's hearing devotees are going to the Dham, going to the Loi Bazaar all the time. And he said, the whole world is open to us for doing business. Let's not do business in Vrindavan. This is not the place for business. Excuse me. Okay, so 4 and 5. 4, mundane. 5, business. 6, ABC. So we had 1, 2, 3, AB. Now you got 4, 5, 6, ABC. So province, demigods, measurement. To think that the Holy Dham is part of a province of this mundane world. So what does it say? To think that the Holy Dham belongs to some mundane country or province, such as Bengal in relation to Navadip, or to think that the Dham of the Supreme Lord is equal to a holy place connected to some demigod, or to attempt to measure the area of the Dham. So province, not to consider that it's a province or a country connected with the mundane world. Demigods. In India, there are many holy places. Holy places, they are holy places, but connected with the devas, the gods. But the Dham of Vishnu, of Krishna, this has no connection with mundane world, however high of the mundane world. And the gods, they're living in the highest plane of this mundane world, looking after everything for us. Water, air, so many things. 33 million demigods in the government of the universe. But those places connected with the Devas are not in the same category at all as the places connected with Lord Vishnu. Means Vaishnava, Krishna. Actually, as we've heard, the strict name for us is Karshana. We are worshipping Krishna as opposed to the four-armed Vishnu form. But anyhow, this is another matter. Actually, we are Gauriya Vaishnavas. We are Vaishnavas in the line of Gauranga from Gauradesh. All right, so 6 ABC, in measurement. It's told that in the scripture, it says all of the universes are in one corner of the Holy Dham. So how can we measure the Holy Dham? So this is one good reason for doing parikrama when we get the opportunity out and we're with devotees. It's one good reason for doing the parikrama of the Dham, because we cannot measure it. We have no conception with our eyes what is within that area. But by doing parikrama, in parikrama mood, in respectful mood, with every step being conscious of giving our respect to everything which is within the Dham, then so many unknown things, like all the universes are there. What to speak of the spiritual things? The spiritual world is the biggest part of the Lord's creation. Okay, 7 is sin, the same as in the 10 offenses to the holy name. The 7th offense is sin. 7th is sin. 7 is sin. To commit sin while in the Dham. And so often devotees say, oh, it already says don't do anything mundane. Yeah, mundane may not actually be sinful in one sense. It's a mundane activity. For instance, watching the news or watching a movie or something may not be actually sinful, mundane. But that's mundane, but sinful. Everyone knows what is sin. So sin, not to commit sin in the Holy Dham. And 8, 9, 10A and 10B. 7 is sin. 8, Vrindavan. Maybe we need another word. But anyway, to consider Sri Vrindavan and Sri Navadip differently. Guru Maharaj says that 2 rooms in the highest quarter, simultaneously in the highest plane. We cannot say any difference except the difference with the mood of distribution, the mood of Mahaprabhu is like specific in being encapsulated by Radharani's heart and halo, but the distribution, magnanimity aspect is there in Navadip. But there Navadip and Vrindavan are the same place. Same, not to consider any difference between them. Same but different. Where in Thailand, I can teach you a Thai sloka. Same but different. All right. 9, Shastra, not to blaspheme the Shastras, which glorify the Holy Dham. And 10, faithless or imaginary. To be faithless and to think that the glories of the Holy Dham are imaginary. So these are the 10 offenses to the Holy Dham that were pointed out like specifically to avoid, to be conscious of. So again, seems to be I do so much talking. But actually, the main part is, oh, look, somebody's put up, Chinmoydev has put up something for us. Let us take a look in a second. We'll come to this. It's about prasadam, right? Yes. So we'll come to that in a moment. But about the 10 offenses to the Holy Dham, then even if we don't learn them, to be conscious about them, because then when we are in the temple, when we are in our home, to make our home a temple, to make our body a temple, everywhere we want to be Krishna conscious, that Krishna is at the center, our life is for seva. We should try to conduct our life like this. It doesn't mean that we get on a bus, we leave the temple, we go somewhere. Okay, now I can sin, now I can be faithless, now I can consider this. No, because this, obviously, it is the against the whole spirit of the Dhām consciousness. We want to be in Dhām consciousness, not damned consciousness. We want to be in Dhām consciousness.
Maharaj, can I add something?
You may, certainly. I was about to ask for contributions because we're together. So we want to hear feedback.
So how are we to, what should our dealings be with people who are breaking the first rule here, who show some contempt or disrespect towards the Guru?
Prabhu, first of all, we have to be attentive to our own mood.
Right.
We have to be attentive to our own mood. And then about others, then we will consider that. But really, our focus for all of these things is about ourselves. And just as in preaching, meeting other people, we are going to try to share what is the correct conception with others. But we're not going to be so concerned, especially, I mean, on our back to basics, we're not so concerned with what others are doing. We're concerned with what am I doing? What am I thinking? Are these things inside me? So this will be like the first step for us. And then the second step, you know, when our own house a little bit in order, but then we will try to share what is right and what is wrong with other devotees or visitors, as it may be. But we want to do it carefully. And for some time in Navadip, actually always, but sometimes more often and sometimes less often, we held the Ishta Goshtis, where the devotees come together. It's not a class, it's not directly in front of the deities. The devotees come together and come to glorify, to honor the savor of the devotees, to honor what is good in the devotees. And the second part was, it's an opportunity to say to everybody some things that we noticed during the last week or the last 2 weeks. You know, people are doing some things which are not right, but instead of always, you know, saying to a devotee, oh, don't do this, oh, why, you shouldn't be facing this way, don't have your legs pointing to the deity, don't do this. Instead of like that, at one time we can address things we've noticed during the week. This way, everybody benefits by hearing how one particular devotee may be doing something wrong. And it's not identifying, oh, this devotee, you're such a naughty rascal because you were doing this. No, we're saying some things which we feel need to be addressed, to be noticed. Please, everybody remember not to point your feet towards the deities. Everyone remember, you know, whatever it may be, but rather than otherwise newcomers, and we've had devotees like very nervous about doing the wrong thing. You know, we just, first of all, say, just be sincere and respectful. You know, the other things will fit into place afterwards. I don't know if you had something specific in mind, Chinmoy Prabhu.
Well, I mean, it's more about how I should deal, because I know people who have you know, had these type of relationships with their guru, and so, you know, I consider it to be Vaishnava aparad. So what kind of relationship do I have with these devotees after that? I mean, I don't know if I want to associate with them.
So, okay, so specifically about one who disrespects the guru, who is the revealer of the Dhām.
Exactly.
Ah, okay. Excuse me, I didn't properly catch that. Well, Prabhu, what can I say? We want to give association. So if we feel somebody doesn't have respect to their guru, who is the revealer of the Dhām, but the guru who is the very link by Krishna's arrangement for us to Krishna, he's our direct, closest link. So if someone is losing their faith or doesn't have respect to their guru, we, if we can, must try to encourage them to take what we understand, will feel is the healthy view, how to regain, how to have respect for your guru. Don't see in this way or that way, but only with affection, only with some mood that they know, or you are their friend. They're not coming to criticize or to brainwash you or something, but please try to see that you will lose your fortune by losing your faith, if you like. So, but if we can't help somebody, again, it's a very personal thing, because it all depends on relationship. If you say something and then they start saying many things, you just don't, we don't want to hear Vaishnava aparat. We don't want to hear any aparat. We don't want to hear Guru aparat. So we want to also, guard ourselves and keep away from the faithless. Again comes, one of the points in the holy name, to preach the glories of the holy name to the faithless. If someone's faith is broken, it's a very difficult situation. And Sri Guru and his grace will come to our rescue, their rescue. We can encourage them to see Guru Maharaj's words, because that really is the place where the focus of the relationship of the student to the Guru is there. But yes, we want to keep association with the faithful. We want to serve the faithful. We want to be with them in our different processes of giving gifts, accepting gifts, revealing our mind in confidence, hearing confidential advice from them, and the ones everybody loves to do, accepting prasadam and distributing prasadam. And Gurudev pointed out, if we do this, Guru Maharaj pointed out, and Gurudev, no doubt, but we have heard from Guru Maharaj how if we do these 6 processes with materialistic people, we will get their materialistic qualities. If we do these 6 qualities with the faithful, with the Vaishnavas, with the devotees, we will get their Vaishnava good qualities. So we want to keep these loving relations within our faithful family. So everything needs to be done with heart and assessing the position of others. Will we keep their association or not? And with a lot of things, many things, if in doubt, leave it out. If in doubt, don't take association. Really, some things we can be harmed by. And Gurudev himself, and you may have heard this, Chinmoy Prabhu, Gurudev himself, he said that I heard some things, and again, I know in the whole context, but Gurudev said, I heard some things which I, until today, wish I had never heard. And this is from non-faithful, but yet showing to be very educated person. So we must be very careful about association. We don't want to have these kind of things there. But Gurudev told, by the way, Gurudev told that I was protected by Guru Maharaj. But still, nobody wants to hear unfortunate things. Just as we don't want to hear and see horrible things in this world, we don't want to see horrible things spiritually, hear or see like horrible things spiritually.
Maharaj, Vandavakshi Paramasundari, can you explain more about what is the difference of sing on aparat, please? Or is it the same?
Sin and aparat.
Yes.
7 is to sin. Yes, it's an offense. The 7th aparad, the 7th offense to the holy name, to the Holy Dham, is to sin in the Holy Dham. We should not sin anywhere, but especially the Dham will be displeased with us. When the Dham is pleased, we are getting access. We're getting some revelation, some feel, some understanding of the Dham. Otherwise, many people may be living externally in the Dham, but with no grace of the Dham, no consciousness actually of the quality of the Dham. And Gurudev and Guru Maharaj always saying about how everything is personal. And so the holy name, we want to be pleasing the holy name. We want to be pleasing the Holy Dham. We don't want to be offenders. We don't want to be displeasing. And from the holy name we are getting the grace. From the Holy Dham we're getting the grace. There is also deity aparad. There are different lists. There's a list of offenses to the deity. Seva aparad. You know, so many things. But as I say, we don't want to be reading in the government of, you know, America, the government of Thailand, everywhere. They've got law books which say, you know, this is the penalty, don't do this, don't do this. But we just need to generally be aware of the guidance that's given in the law book, and not that we are focusing on the negative things, the criminal things, if you like. And then in the proper environment, those who live in harmony with the government rules and regulations, the government is looking after them. They're getting all nourishment, facility, and so many things. So similarly, we want to just be aware what not to do, so we do the opposite. This is the point. So let us do always the opposite. Let us be clear to be sinless, not to be tempted to do any sin in the Holy Dham, whatever sin may be. And to consider anywhere, as we said, anywhere where the deity, the service, the Vaishnavas are, that is a holy place. So try to think of the opposite of the 10 offenses. And Daivati, welcome. I saw Rukmini come in. Where did Rukmini go? And Madhavi, David. Oh, Rukmini, you're there. The pictures in Zoom, you don't all stay in one place. You are dancing a bit on my screen when something happens. So I have to look for you. Dandavat, Dandavat. Very much welcome. And where are you? Where are you now? In America or in Colombia?
Florida.
America.
Oh, Florida. Okay. Is Florida America? I know the Texans don't agree. If you ask somebody if they're from Texas, from America, and they're from, no, I'm from Texas. Oh, okay, you're from Texas. Okay. Welcome, Jai. Dandavat.
Dandavat.
Dandavat Maharaj.
Yes, Bharat Chandra, welcome. Madhavi Devidasi joined us. Daivati Devidasi joined us very happily. And Billy from Virginia with us happily week by week.
Dandavat Pranams Maharaj.
Dandavat Madhavi. Hello, Achen. Apni ki. Hello, Achen. ¿Cómo estás?
Fine, Maharaj, fine. I'm
Okay.
fine. And you, Maharaj?
Okay? Yes. If you can see the video, when we started, not video, it is live. When we started, everything was black, right? And now just in the last 40 minutes, we come from black
Okay,
to light.
Maharaj, okay.
So we are happily in the morning time. And look, in the meantime, here's Muktinath Prabhu and Ananda Leela Devirasi.
Wow.
They've come for the morning program, and there's the sunrise.
Wow.
Almost
Very
sunrise.
nice, Maharaj. A special place, huh?
It's
Very
a very
nice.
special place, yeah. This is Govinda Farm, for those of you who don't know Govinda Farm. It's the retreat center, the retreat part of the Gupta Govardhan temple, the ashram temple, holy place, Holy Dham, here in Thailand. And it has a whole history, and it has all come by the wish of Srila Gurudev, and he specifically mentioned to make such a place in Chiang Mai, which is where we are in northern Thailand. And so this is where we are, but we are actually all together in one place, and we're together in the place of our Guru's lotus feet. And this week, we've been covering the 10 offenses to the Holy Dham, and in the chat box, you can download, if you just scroll up in there, there's a PDF document. You can all download that and keep it in a folder on your computer, your phone, whatever you're using, and keep these things as a reference and go over them from time to time to be familiar. And if you're smart, you can learn them because we've given the keywords in there. Bharat Chandra Prabhu, you're smart. We're expecting you'll have all these learnt. All right.
Maybe I'm not so smart, Maharaj.
Oh, you are smart. He's one of the digital people we are grateful for, who's made the world a digitally much more friendly place than it used to be. Our early digital days were all in Telnet and Unix code and whatever code it was. We used to have to, even to connect to the internet, you had to know 80 plus T equals 9, 1800, whatever it was, all the codes we had to put in. All right. So we're grateful to you, Bharat Chandra Prabhu, for making our digital world much smoother. Okay. So we can just jump back a little bit. Last time we were talking about Prasadam, and I see Chinmoy Dev Prabhu has put in the chat box here a quote from...
That's Bhaktivinoda Thakur's song that you were mentioning, the translation.
Oh, okay. Oh, brother. Okay, well, I'll just read it from Bhaktivinoda Thakur's song. And it says, oh, brothers, whenever Madhavendra Puri took prasadam in the courtyard of Mother Sachi, uncontrollable ecstatic symptoms of love of God overwhelmed him while he ate. So this is Madhavendra Puri at Sachi Mata's house. How wonderful. Oh, assembled sannyasis, just listen to this. Mother Sachi cooked and prepared semi-solid preparations made with banana flowers. So we have that here. A special dal preparation, baskets of fruits, small square cakes made of lentils and cooked down milk and many other varieties of prasad. Seeing her pure devotion, Lord Krishna personally ate all these different vegetable preparations, which were just like nectar. All the results of the mystic, so like the yogi, obtains in the execution of yoga will be obtained today in the taking of the prasad of the Lord. Oh, brothers, everyone simply eat the prasad of Lord Hari and chant his holy name. The entire, so this is the part. The entire universe glorifies and praises the prasadam of Lord Krishna. Obtaining that prasad, Lord Shiva dances in great joy. Okay, wonderful. And by the way, Prema Sundari, did I answer your question?
Yes, Maharaj, thank you so much.
Okay. All this is about the 10 offenses. Basically, it's all to help us not to do aparad. Aparad simply means offense. Aparad equals offense. So this is what we are trying to do. Okay, so who's memorized these already? 10 words. 1 has got, so 3 is A, B, 6 is A, B, C, and number 10 is A and B. So 1, Guru. Okay, have you learned it? They're nodding. So I've got 2 students here who are saying yes, maybe. Guru, Vaishya, oh, we got it wrong. 1 is Guru, 2 is temporary, 3 is violence or ordinary. That's towards the residents and the visitors to the Dhām. Violence or ordinary. 4, mundane. 5, mundane. 5, oh, province. No, business. You see, I have to recap. 4 is mundane, to engage in mundane activities. 5 is to do business in the Dhām. 6 is to 6 A, B, C, to consider that the Dhām is a province, is A, to consider the place equivalent to the worship of the demigods is B, and 3, to try to measure the Dhām. So 3 A, B, C, province, demigods, and measurement. 7, we already came to 7. So 7, you all know is sin. Then 8, 9, 10 AB. So 8, 9, 8 is Vrindavan, to consider Vrindavan, and Navadip to be different. 9 is, 9 is, Shastra, to blaspheme the scriptures, which are glorifying the Holy Dham. And we have, very beautifully, we have the Navadip Dham Mahatmya and Navadip Bhavataranga of Bhaktivinoda Thakur in particular, and so many places glorifying the Dham. How about Srimad Bhagavatam for Vrindavan Dham, etc. And 10, faithless or imaginary, or faithless and imaginary. To be faithless and to think that the glories of the Holy Dham are imaginary. So this is what we've been covering today, and trying to be in that like vibration of knowing these things, so we do the good things. And from anybody else, anybody would like to contribute something or feedback or anything at all, chastise me or correct me, please correct me always if I make anything wrong, because we want to be corrected. Sometimes a slip of the tongue, sometimes a slip of the brain. Yes, Govinda Nandini.
I have a quick question about number 5, which is business. So making a business out of deity worship and chanting and everything. I have seen some restaurants that I think, you know, they're in like places where there's deity worship going on, and the ashram often is surviving off of the money, and because it's run by devotees, I'm wondering if they're actually, you know, offering the foods that they make in the restaurant, and whether or not that's, you know, selling prasadam. Is that?
Okay, well, this is something which, when many of us, for our generation, we came from ISKCON. I mean, that's our history. We've come from ISKCON, from Srila Prabhupada's mission. And there they are offering the food to the deity, and then selling prasadam in that way. When we came to Guru Maharaj actually, it was a little bit of a change for us. He's saying we should not sell prasadam. However, we can make nice food and we can sell nice food. Now, also, remember, there are things which maybe we cannot logically adjust, but we happily accept what Guru Maharaj says, what Gurudev says, we fully happily accept. Because we can also say, oh, but the Jagannath temple, they are selling prasad. They are. It is a fact. But we hold that on our head, and that prasadam, we are very happy to pay to get that prasadam also. But as a means of business, to say that we are selling prasadam, this Guru Maharaj saying we can sell food, we can sell vegetarian, we're selling vegetarian food. And the proceeds is going for savor. And ultimately, then everything is Krishna-centered when it's in such a mood. So it is not necessarily an answer which I can say, oh, I'm 100% clear of all the, what is the technical prasadam and not prasadam. Because we also want to offer everything. We don't want to cook in an enjoying spirit. But business, when it's business, we must try to think that, yes, we are doing benefit for all of these people, because some part, if hopefully all of it or most of what they're spending, it's coming into the savor of the ashram and the temple. And by the way, the restaurants, such as in London, they had Healthy, Wealthy and Wise just off Soho Street, just off Oxford Street in the center of London, and an excellent preaching place. So not only, so it is all done with devotional motivation. And this is different than it being a business that, oh, we're going to support our family, we're going to do this. It is, everything is devotionally centered. Now, we're not going to make any big deal that, okay, they're offering it first. But we've heard from Guru Maharaj, so we ourselves are not in the mood that, oh, we are selling prasadam. We are distributing prasadam, and we are selling food stuff, vegetarian food stuff, but engaging the persons in devotional service.
Maharaj, I remember in one of Gurudev's books about this point, then he mentioned specifically that, okay, then if you're, whatever you're cooking, you offer that, but don't put that offered, then prasadam back into the food which you're going to sell.
Yes, Gurudev may well have said that. I mean, you've heard him, then there we are, you're sharing. I have not heard everything Gurudev said. We were with him for many, many years. But Gurudev is always living and unique, and he's told many things that I've not been there present for. And this is why we're so happy when we come around the world, because I wasn't except in one or two places with Gurudev on his world tours. And so, we get to hear all sorts of very beautiful things he said. So there's also a harmonizing way of seeing about prasadam and not to sell. However, I can say about this business thing, you see, it's the prasadam and distributing food, this has some devotional connection. I mean, we have to be honest and say that Loi Bazaar and, the opportunities for business, devotees, say, oh, I can make money by doing this. Here is very cheap. I can buy, all these things and I can sell when I go back. We see that the Loi Bazaar can be attractive for the business opportunity. And so why spend your time when you're in Vrindavan? Gurudev disapproved that devotees are spending their time all the time. Where's such and such a person? Oh, they're in Loi Bazaar. Oh, where I didn't see such and such a person. Oh, he's in Loi Bazaar. Gurudev didn't want to hear that anymore. You can go to Delhi, you can go to Varanasi, you can go to so many places, the cities which are there for business. I mean, cities are business places. And incidentally, if you want to do business, where those shops in Loi Bazaar get their things from. They get them from Connaught Circus in Delhi. So go to Delhi and get the stuff. You get a better price too. Well, if you have an Indian body and you speak fluently Hindi, you get a better price too. But none of you, oh yes, some of you got an Indian body. Who's got an Indian body? Oh, no one's got an Indian body with us. Oh dear. Anyway, doing business in India is a bit of a challenge, but devotees are successful. Not only successful, by the container load. And we have two of our friends, Parampada Prabhu in Australia, Mohanananda in Australia. I mean, really, they've done big business from India, but not from the Holy Dham. They're going to the business places to do business. When we're in the Holy Dham, we want to be as much with the Vaishnavas and doing the Vaishnava things as possible.
Maharaj, can I be a little, just to be clear on the concept of the Holy Dham, 10 offenses of the Holy Dham, would we consider other temples in the West, like Govinda Dham? Are we considering that on the same level?
Yes.
Okay.
Without hesitation, yes. And the other thing is we feel it. We really feel it. We're coming to, this is the Dham. We're coming to the devotees, the deities, the program where our gurus are being presented, represented. The deity, with not always a deity is there. Sometimes it is a picture form, but that is also deity. That, as we read in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu in various places, the deity can be worshipped in the picture form. So the deity is there, the devotees are there, the worship is there, the line, the mood, the current, everything is there. It is the place of savor. And Gurudev established so many places around the world as the, if you like, extensions of actual Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. Not of, we're saying about buildings, but we know what is Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. We can go through one day, also the Srimach Chaitanya Saraswata Mata, I know it, but I just, Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mata Vra Urgita Keti Jaya Shrim. That pranam to what is Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. Guru Maharaj is not describing buildings, he's describing the whole conception. So yes, Govinda Dham, Vila Govinda, Govinda Farm, Govinda, everything Govinda, wherever. But what's Sokel?
Seva Ashram. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva Ashram.
Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva Ashram. Yes. Okay. All these places, they are the places of which are Dhām. They're the places of the conception of our gurus. And actually, that's why I am happy and wanted to go through the 10 offenses to the Dhām, because really we want to be in this consciousness everywhere in the world where we are with the devotees, and we want to make our homes into the Dhām. We want to make our heart into a Dhām. Actually, all of these things are for us to try to make our consciousness correct. And we start with ourselves and share with others.
It puts different light on the third offense, especially the part where it says not to consider people who are coming to the Dham as ordinary.
I know. I think of that often when I'm in Vrindavan and Navadvip. And that's very good for us. Really, I've thought about this. I mean, over the years, we actually, even though I can't actually, I admit right now, say them all 10 immediately without fail, but over the years, we know about these, we've learned these and relearned them over the years. And so we have thought about these. And actually, it's very sobering, if you like, when we see some, strange behavior or attitude or something by people coming to the Dham, then we really have to think, okay, but they're not ordinary. I mustn't consider them ordinary. They've been allowed to come here. They've been allowed to have this connection. And that goes for the Dhams, as you were mentioning, Govinda Dham, etc., etc. That goes for the Dhams everywhere in the world. So it's helpful for us not to be offensive. As Guru Maharaj said about are we allowed to say, the rickshaw drivers in Navadvip, and he's saying about association, and he's saying that because it's told, everybody who's taken birth in Navadvip, as we're seeing, we mustn't consider them as ordinary. And Guru Maharaj is saying, yes, they have some connection with the Holy Dham, but that doesn't mean that you can benefit from their association. They've got something is connected them, but that doesn't mean that they're all going to be good association for you. So again, we know, there are addicts and all sorts of things in the Holy Dham, but we are not to judge. We think, okay, they've got some special connection, and whatever they're going through, Krishna, he has his plan for everybody. So it is helpful for us not to make offense also, to understand, not to make violence towards any of them. This is another thing when we're being tested. Occasionally our patience and tolerance may be tested in India. Someone may have noticed that. But again, these are all sobering things, not to even think violent, aggressively or like this. And and it's helpful too, you see, to think that they're ordinary. If we just think, oh, they're special souls. They're meditations. Meditation means to put into practice. Hare Krishna.
Jai Srila Bhakti Madhusudan Maharaj ki.
Hare Krishna. And Rukmini is with us. I just want to say something that I got from Rukmini at our last festival, the Govinda Mela in the so-called Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva Ashram. And some young devotees were there from Salt Lake City. And it was this time or the previous time maybe. Either way, then I'm thinking, oh, they're very young, and do they know what they're doing? And what Rukmini said to me? She said something very sweet. She said, I got initiated when I was 12 years old. She said, how much I knew, I do not know, but it's the best thing that ever happened to me. And I thought, okay, yes, this is the very generous and healthy perspective. So we appreciate that very much. What happened to Rukmini Didi? She disappeared. Oh no, you're there again. You see, you're all dancing on the screen. Anyway, we appreciate that very much. And by the way, and another point about that, those devotees, there were several teenagers, and Shyama Mohini, we got to say, she deserves so much credit, and of course her mother, Braja Mohini, and her father, maybe for bringing her up in this way, this devotional way. But she does take so much credit for the fact that, you know, these youngsters came to Krishna consciousness, you know, in a crazy world where it's difficult to be a teenager at school in America. Let's face it, you know, it's a tough, it's not the same as when we were teenagers. And anyway, so many have got enthusiasm through her. But one thing I noticed at the last Govinda Mela, that every one of those devotees who got initiation, and some who didn't get initiation, but who came and were like trying to follow and everything, they all either came back, they were there at the next festival, or they're still participating in the programs in Salt Lake City. So that is, again, you see, Rukmini's, Devidasi's generous mood of, you know, the best thing that ever happened to me. They got the connection, and I was so happy to see they maintained and kept that. So we need to be generous everywhere, and those who come to the Dhām, come to the temples, come into the association of the devotees, we must try to think that Krishna's given them this opportunity. And so they're not ordinary persons, and we must try to do our part, to give encouragement, to give support, to give nourishment, and to give honor that Krishna's allowed you to come. You know, here, why has he allowed you to come? Maybe just hear something that we've heard from our masters, which may, you know, make your life really successful and save you from, you know, all sorts of bad association in this world, which can destroy people. We know destroyed people. People for the rest of their lives. I mean, okay, we know people who've died. What to speak of, you know, the rest of their lives maimed and disabled by drugs and all these other things which go on. We know all these things. And that's what's waiting, you know, the healthy, bright young kids when they go off the tracks. But they go off the tracks through bad association. Try to help people that we see. Try to give association. And when we can't give association, at least we don't take association from those who are not doing things quite right. Anyway, these are a few thoughts. We did a little PS addition to our last week's Prashadam with this yogi thing, and I'll try to prepare that so I do have the word by word for that, and so I can, but I don't have it in a prepared form immediately available. So encouragement, reminder about last week about Prashadam. Let us all be Prashadam-tarians. Whatever we're doing, it doesn't mean that, oh, I can't cook, so I'm not going to take Prashadam. Let us be in Prashadam consciousness. Everything is coming by the mercy of the Lord. And this week, we brought ourselves to try to be Dhām conscious, Dhām conscious. So please be Dhām conscious. Please be as conscious as possible. Not just we're going to be good boys and girls in the Holy Dham, but make our lives like that. Make our homes like that. And the 10 offenses to the Holy Dham this week we went through. Okay, anything very quick? If anybody has something quick to say or ask, Praneshwari Devidasi.
Jai Maharaj, I just want to mention that those kids, the friends of Brajamohini's daughter, they still attend, they go to the temple, they are very close, Lilavati, Jai Gauranga, Ekaleshwar, and they, Shileka Didi, she runs the Bhagavad Gita class on Wednesdays. Just after you is her class, so I just jump, and they are always attending. And she has us read the shlokas, and these kids, they have this wonderful guidance from Raikishori and Sudarshan and Shileka Didi. They are wonderful devotees. So they are giving so much that these kids are just like, I want more, I want to keep around you. It's so beautiful.
Jai, may their lives and the next generation, may they come up beautifully by the association of the devotees. Yes, Pranashri, thank you very much. We are always happy to hear the chanting of the glories of the Vaishnavas. And Surya Shamprabhu, Rai Kishori and their family, really, they are a dynamo and a practical dynamo of devotional service. Family people got their own 3 kids and they're doing so many things. They got to maintain so many things, but everything is Krishna centered. And they're both fortunate. They're both born in devotee families, husband and wife. Just see, very fortunate. So they are good association. So many people are good association. And here I can give you live because we're a little late. Here is more good association. I don't know if you can see him. You have to come this side, I think, because the light is behind. Here is Paramananda Prabhu. Oh, this is London. Not London. This is the West Coast, which actually means also maybe Colombia, but anyway, from Colombia and Venezuela, but from Miami, we've also got Jonty from New Zealand, and Abhinavar and Kelly from somewhere. What's that land called?
I knew this too.
The land down under. And Chinmoy Dev Prabhu, Praneshri Didi from Miami, and Dayavati Didi coming from Mexico, represent. And we've been, by the way, please let Jai Balai Prabhu know. We've been chanting his glories and the Tijuana ashram. I mean, really, we would, here's my witness, and very happily.
I will tell Jai Balai Prabhu, I'm sorry, Maharaj, and just to mention, Srila Maharaj was very happy to receive this gift. I think it was a microphone. I think that was Pramananda Prabhu, and he mentioned that, and they were so happy because they've been doing the class daily, and it's very useful. He mentioned that, so
actually, it was conceived of and arranged by Kalachan and Maheshwari. I just contributed.
Well, he mentioned your name, Prabhu, so I'm just sharing.
I'm blessed to be mentioned by Ashram Maharaj.
Jai. All right, so this side of the world, and this is Govinda Nandini, now in the top left of the screen when she's not dancing. Yes, it's Chinmoy Dev, yes.
Oh, Dandavat.
But just
seen in ages.
Yes, it's good to see you, Prabhu.
And Govinda Nandini Didi, she's the mastermind who's actually brought this back to basics onto the thing. So we're very grateful actually to you all, but we must give this special mention. And probably you've not met, so this is an introduction to Paramananda Prabhu. A very active servitor since the age of 15, and now he's about 21 and a bit. So
very shaved. The past of the 17. But thank you, Didi, because Maharaj is not only giving these classes online, he's thinking about it, and it's just ongoing. So we are getting some drops of mercy from these classes. Like any time of the day, he will just say what happened or talk about different shlokas, the meaning of different words. So it's actually beneficial for everybody. So you started this.
And it's beneficial for me.
Actually, Maharaj started it years ago in Navadip Dhām, and I just asked him if he would like to revive it virtually for everyone.
Actually, Kelly, who started it? Was it in Navadip? Who actually started this? Ananda Moy of Brazil, now married to Sachinandan Prabhu in Canada. I would give her credit, but you know, when I give her credit for giving this BBBC, back to basics classes.
That was you, Maharaj.
What?
It was you.
It was actually you.
It wasn't me who came up with that. I give her credit for coming up with that. But then she said, oh no, this is Ramachandra. So anyway, I'm not sure who actually was the original seed planter. But anyway, it's been running for a long time, and happily in Navadip and in different places, on the veranda, in the different places in Navadip, and now happily here with you all too. So we want to have it as a happy way to keep us together. One thing is, okay, we're learning many things, but one thing, we're also meeting together and being together. And Only sad thing is we can't share with you the beautiful mangoes and fruits and and we don't have we honestly a mango as big as our heads. 2 mangoes I had yesterday. And who were we showing to yesterday?
London.
Oh, to London yesterday.
One mango, 1 kilo.
But it's very cruel to show you, because then you're going to be thinking, oh, the mango. But we're offering them to Krishna, to the deities here, Guru Gauranga Gandhava Govinda Sundar, in that picture form.
Maharaj, you could eat one while we're watching. That would be enjoyable for us.
Well, last week we said about, when we can't eat, we can lick them, how Gurudev would taste something that he's not allowed to have by licking it. So we can tell you the taste of these mangoes. All right. So on our side of the world, we have to say goodbye. I'm very sorry. Not goodbye. In Bengal, they don't say goodbye. They say, many of you know, they say Ashchi, means I am coming. So maybe going away, but coming. They don't say goodbye. They say I am coming. So we have to say Ashchi on this occasion, and we'll meet again soon. What can I say? And in the meantime, we're getting more and more things in our back to basics, and let us try to remember them and lead our life according to them. This is actually the main thing. All right, all glories to our wonderful divine masters, and all glories to each of you, the assembled Vaishnavas and the unlimited number of Vaishnavas, and please accept our obeisances, my obeisances, until we meet again. Vanchakalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Srila Madhusudan Maharaj ki jai.